day, beautiful Braveheart ladies. This is the Braveheart Women Show, and I am Alicia. I am here with Serena, Simran, and Lorraine, and we're here today to talk to you about your flower power. And how often do you check in with your sacred female space? Do you give yourself self-love and self-care? And more importantly, what can you do to recharge your power and really connect with that sacred divine feminine within?
Or what can they do
What
to
can
recharge?
they do?
What
Yeah.
can they do?
Yeah.
How is your flower power? What action are you taking to increase that power down below? We've just finished a beautiful 3-day masterclass in Kaladama with 15 beautiful women who I know have found some of their power, if not all of their power, but it is a work in progress. It does not change, we do not change overnight, but we encourage you, all those who've done the course 3 days ago, to continue the homework, your exercises. It does not have to be intensive. Do it according to your emotions, how you feel that day. Could be a 3-minute work, a 2-minute work. It could be just during your lecture in the whole life course. Do your squeeze and release, do your butterfly sits and all that we've done. So I'm so excited to share this information with you along with Simran and Lorraine. Simran's had attended with us as well for the 3 days course. And we will have a few ladies coming. At the moment, we only have one. I'm hoping the others will come in along with us and share their experience of the 3 days pelvic health restoration course. Simran, how did you feel about this? What can they do to increase their power? Because she's done the 3-day as well, and she did the exercises, and all of us have done it. And there was some guided homework, some guided egg insertion, or I call it the energy egg insertion. There was some guided meditation. There was some guided exercises and breath work. So Simran had some experience herself, and she has something to share before we pass the mic to Lorraine. And then we have Mary, who's going to share with us her experience.
My experience with it, I really enjoyed doing the exercises and learning about the squeezing and releasing. I realized I was kind of unconsciously doing it in my life, but now that I have the awareness and like what it will do for me and how it will help keep everything strong and just tight up there, it's been really cool. And like I find myself like staying in my breath a lot more and doing squeezing, releasing, because you can do it anywhere, like nobody knows. Just the pelvic rock people might notice if you do in public.
But it helps you dancing.
Yeah, it helps you dancing.
Did you observe the openings of the women who did the course? How much more movement they had in their hip area, pelvic area?
Yeah.
The wiggles, yeah.
So just seeing the transformation has been really great, and using the yoni egg. It was my first time in the course doing it, and it was really interesting to see. I did as I said before, I did an unguided one where I just did it myself, and then I had the guided one, and you really see the difference when you do it properly and you take the proper steps to, instead of just rushing and like just inserting, because it's not like, it's something that you need to take at least minimum 10 minutes to do at minimum. To really just take time for yourself and respect and love yourself and your body and give yourself, like, ask permission and all of that. So it's been really cool to see.
And for me, what I'd like to share is
For her, this is Lorraine, the beautiful Lorraine, the transformed Lorraine.
And yeah. For me, what I'd like to share is just an it was an awakening for me. That's what it was, because I had really disconnected to my pelvic floor. It was a baby making machine. That's it, and for pleasure for my husband, but that was it. And when I started doing the exercises, it really was an eye opener for me on how, number one, it calmed me, and of course the breath work, it definitely calmed me, and just giving the respect and honor to your pelvic floor, all the little bits and pieces in there. Everything needs to get acknowledged and loved. Really. You
How
know?
often do you gift yourself the time for you?
Exactly. We don't take the time, and most of us are numbed out anyways. So really just coming back to the body right here and being present. And that was one beautiful thing that I noticed. The women who were in the class, everybody was participating. Everybody was participating at their level. And everybody came away with results that helps their life.
Well, you're a breath work specialist, so how did you find the connection of the breath that you learned, the microcosmic orbit breath work, with the transforming our sexual energy, which is the most powerful. We have the most powerful energy in our root chakra, sexual energy, to transform that into healing energy, healing power with the breath.
Well, anytime we give intention to something, and that's really what we were doing, we were focusing the intention of the breath going and helping to heal all the areas in our body, from our brain to our heart to all of the inner organs, and then back up again and back down. So when we bring our attention to the breath, it calms the body. It helps connect body, mind, and spirit. Mm-hmm. So if you want to really start doing some transformation with your body, this is a course for you. I mean, the Whole Life Coach is an amazing course. I did so much work to transform where I was to who I am now. And the non-surgical is another amazing thing. But this pelvic course for women brings everything home. It brings the total body connection, which most of us are missing.
Well, we were about 15, 16 in the course, but we are blessed with two beautiful ladies to come and share the experience in the course with us today. So anyone listening on, they have not been prepped to say anything, good or bad, I don't know. We're hoping that they'll have good sharing. But Mary, this is, I think the mic is there. Can they see her?
Yeah.
This is Mary, who flew all the way from Melbourne, making so many long stops and long travel. I think about 36 hours, your travel?
36 hours.
36 hours, yeah.
They can hear you, yeah.
And she's finally come for this Whole Life course, but she took action to do the pelvic restoration course before the Whole Life course. So I would love to hear her experience myself too.
Well, you know, being a mum, having given birth to 3 children, you, like Lorraine said, you sort of look at this area as, you know, more like a baby making machine, and it was taboo to have anything else to do with it other than that. So over the years, I sort of felt ashamed of it once I'd had my children and didn't really connect as a female to it anymore. And of course, coming along with children and, you know, 3 natural deliveries, the weakness, wasn't doing any exercises, and in my early 50s, I was suffering, you know, the incontinence. You couldn't jump, you couldn't sneeze, you couldn't cough or laugh because there was leakage.
Yeah.
And we all go through it. And doing the pelvic restoration course, after the second day, I noticed a big difference. When I was going to the bathroom, I could actually hold midstream, and I couldn't do that before. And that was only after 2 days.
Amazing.
And with the yoni egg, we had a bit of fun with that when it fell out when I got up out of the chair. But then, it was going back in and being kind to my body and not rejecting it, accepting it and asking permission. It has actually blown me away with the results that I've achieved in the 3 days of the course. And then I noticed I was great for a couple of more days when we finished the course, and I got a little bit slack, just not remembering to tighten and do my exercises. And just yesterday, and to last night and today, I've been doing them again, and I've noticed a difference again already. So it doesn't take much.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. But definitely recommend. It was beautiful to share with a lot of ladies and their experiences. And I had the ladies know I had a bit of a mental release moment on the second night. It brought up past guilt for me and resulting in some horrible nightmares. But knowing what those nightmares were, it was actually me forgiving myself for holding that gift,
Right.
that guilt,
How did you find your sleep after that? How was your sleep?
After
it happens to different people. Some have blissful sleep, some will have dreams, some will have nightmares, some will have intermittent sleep. How was your experience?
Well, the first night with the yoni egg, the 3 nightmares. They're the 3 horrible nightmares I had, and I woke up and I thought, why is this happening? And I thought, maybe it is, because everyone, like you said, reacts differently. So I took it out, and I managed to get back to sleep and had a good 5 hours sleep, even though I was a bit wrecked in the morning. I haven't slept with the egg again. I'll probably do it tonight because we don't have anything on tomorrow, just in case
just to see how
anything else stirs up again.
Right.
But definitely amazing. Really is amazing. And I wasn't paid to come here and say anything. It really is from my heart. It is absolutely amazing work, and every woman should do it.
So it was worth you flying all those hours of redirection of flights and coming here?
Definitely. 36 hours, 4 planes. Yeah, it was definitely worth it. Definitely worth it.
Beautiful.
And the whole life coach so far has been, mind-blowing.
Yes.
This morning I just had this massive, I felt like I was on a high, and I was so happy that I started to cry in here, because I was just, that happy person is who I am, and I just hadn't seen her for 40
You
years.
found a child in you again.
I did.
Yeah,
I really,
beautiful.
really did.
The little girl that
Really
used to be
did.
laughing and jumping and skipping
Yes.
and hopping, and you did that
No
today.
judgments from other people, and if they do, their
Fantastic.
problem, not mine.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Brilliant. Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Anybody has any questions for Mary while she was sharing?
Well, we definitely noticed the difference, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially as the days progressed with you. Everybody was a little bit apprehensive with that first day, but by
Yes.
the end of the day, most people settled down a little bit. And then the next day was the day that we inserted the egg. And I think coming up to it, there was a little bit of apprehensive again. But once we got through that, the smiles and just the difference in people's face and their demeanor, their calmness that they had, was amazing. It was an amazing transformation.
Yeah. And and we noticed it amongst us girls as well. It was just beautiful. It really, really was.
So
Really
would you
was to
say
see.
it was orgasmic? The
Yes.
recovery of self?
Yes,
Right?
I would definitely
Because
say
most
that.
people think, a course like this, I can get as many orgasms as I can after I graduate from this course. But orgasm comes from within. Did you discover that for yourself?
Yes.
How did you?
Yes, 100%.
That 100%.
Yep.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your share.
Thank you.
And then we have beautiful Debbie.
Well, I agree with everything Mary said, because I think every woman should do this course. It is transforming, because Daryl gives you that you have to start loving yourself, but this is another level. It's a totally different level, and it's so deep. And you forget about it because, well, it's for one thing, sex, and that's all. And no, we should love ourselves, all of ourselves. And I too had a cesarean and appendix out, so yes, I have work to do there. But with this, I know I can get past it. And with all the exercises, there's meditations, and that was fun when we were doing the second day on. It was just fun. All of us girls, it was just a great course, and I really appreciate you guys putting it on.
Well, we noticed that the second day you came on to class and said, I have so much energy. What do I do with it?
Yes, I did have energy, yes. And I wasn't sleeping that great. And so I thought, well, what's going on here? But I just, energy. An energy bunny. That's true.
Great.
Yeah.
And how did you find the meditation? Did it help you with getting you relaxed before
Yes,
the 8
I love the meditation. And thank you for sending it to us because, yes, I did it again last night. And yeah, it's great.
I just sent the 5-minute one. I'll send a longer one as soon as she's going to put music to it.
Yes, that would be great. Because it does calm you down and it gets you where you need to go, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then what about your experience with the, how did you feel when you had the meditation, the guided one? Before the guided meditation, we had to do some intimate massage and all that. How did you react to it? How did you feel when the intimate massage took place?
Well, I was blown away that you asked us to do it first thing, because I've never done that, and it was always taboo. Do not touch yourself. Like, oh, that's terrible. And then it was like, okay, well, I guess I'll try. And I was the first one to get a mirror, and I was thinking, boy, you're sure brave. But I didn't really clue in on why I was getting the mirror. But yeah, after you get over that initial taboos that we have,
Fantastic.
it was fine. Yeah. And it was something that we need to do. We need to love every part of our body. Exactly.
So it sounds like with her increased energy, she actually released the power from her
Yeah.
flower, the
Yeah.
topic of
So,
the...
yeah.
You found the power in your flower.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
right.
amazing. And
That's
then
right.
your flower is thriving, not waning.
Yeah.
And we know when to open, when to release, when to let go, and when to squeeze.
Yes.
To invoke healthy vaginal canal.
Yes.
For healing with our mindful connection of our breath to our organs, to the ovarian palace where
Yes.
the root chakra sits. And I'm so happy you got that
And
one.
the incontinence too has improved at least 90%.
I don't know,
Wow.
what did she say?
Her incontinence.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
You just
90%.
Yeah, it was.
Everyone, all women, did you hear this? Anyone with incontinence, this is the cause for you. Come on
I was
over
running
and
to
join
the
us.
washroom before that. It was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, and then anywhere I went, I had to go know where the washrooms were, just in case. And so,
Yeah, I was
it's
working
helped.
with somebody in Bonita Springs, and Marge on her, and she has incontinence, and her daughter signed up for the course in Stewart, and she said, I'm signing my mom up. So Marge sent me a text and said,
Oh, wouldn't that
I'm
be
coming
great?
for the course, but your testimony will make her feel, oh, I've come to the right
Right
place
place,
for this course,
yes.
and it will be amazing for her. But she only has the beginning of incontinence. And
Okay.
when I worked on her, I said to her on a television, I said to her, you can heal this. You don't need to progress to the
That's right.
adult diaper. She only had the little one. I said, that will be gone when you've done
Yeah.
the course. But
Yeah.
I walked her through some breathing exercises when I worked on her, so I'm sure she's working on herself. One interesting fact, my husband sent me a message. I don't have the quote. He's in shipping, logistics. He said, honey, you have to tell the women of the world that I've just been given a container load of adult diapers to be shipped to America. And he said, it's increased 70%. The demand for adult diapers has increased by 70%.
That's scary.
So you'll see, we won't have kids' diapers, we won't have food, we will have adult diapers on our supermarket shelf. So I implore all women, whether you have incontinence issue or not, whether it's happening now or not, to prevent it is so important. And I have the beautiful Dacia who's here to share with us. Would you like to finish a sip of your drink before? Yes, please. She's just come in from her lunch and her work with non-surgical work with amazing Sage, who just did a beautiful work on my neck to release my tension, my whatever in scar tissue and crystallization on my neck, especially my right side, where I had some treatments, some medical treatments. We don't talk about it, but it's not necessary. But it was done. So now I had to have work done to release it and open myself up. And Darcy had just come back from amazing Sage's work. And she too took the course. When she first came to the class, day one, I saw her face. She was saying, oh my God, I'm not sure if I'm here. And I just finished a roof non-surgical. I'm so tired. I don't think I'm having a break. I said, well, but we want to have another live course. It's now or never. And that's it.
Yeah, so
Come
that's, is this on?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
on
can hear, okay.
the camera.
Yeah, so, yeah, exactly. That's how I felt when I
camera is there, you can look at it.
when I first arrived. Actually, the first almost couple days, I found as we started to kind of touch ourselves, and I found it pretty. I started getting a little bit emotional. I felt like, my womb. I felt the hurt coming from my womb, and it made me sad a bit. Actually, it made me pretty sad, but I understood where it was coming from, because I felt like this is a long friend that I've kind of neglected for
You've
a
ignored
while.
this friend of yours.
Yeah.
Kind of abandoned your
I
friend. down below,
abandoned.
yeah.
I felt that hurt, and really deeply. And so, and into the second day, even when we got the first night, even just doing the infusion, I kind of just put it in there, just to do, because that's it's kind of like with a lot of the things, I just do it because this is what, yeah. And then I noticed, like, when I put the jade egg in the first time, like, I was spitting it out, and I'm like, I understand, right? And so going into the second night for me, I went into it really feeling like I was ready to rekindle my relationship with my womb. Like, seriously, this time I was ready to begin to spend the time. And that was a big thing, right? It's because it's just easy to do something, but I was going to go in with, Lorraine, you talked too a lot, mentioned about just the importance of intention, right? And so I was, and my womb, I believe, knows when I was not being intentional and like just doing it. So the second night I went in and I just spent the time like connecting and talking and lovingly, just loving. And I put the egg in that night, and it was beautiful. I slept the best that I'd ever slept, I think, since I've arrived here. And I dreamt with the egg inside of me.
Everybody is different. Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful.
And I dreamt so vividly. And then by the third day, like, just it more started. I just started opening, and actually, I think I ran into you the day afterwards. So it was only like the second night that I put the egg in, and I did it. Same thing. I did massage that evening, and I woke up, and the dream I had was that there was this bright light, like sunlight, like of the sunsets I've been seeing, but this bright light shining through, like, my vagina, like it was a tunnel, right? But it was like so welcoming, and it was like,
It's the
I want to
power.
go in
Like
there.
The sunshine.
It was
the
like,
pores opening with the sun coming in.
and I was like, I want to go in there. And so, and ever since, like, I have not, like, for years, wanted to just be like, I'm just going to go take the time and just, spend some time with my vagina, and even like I feel myself wanting to like just the energy I just want to move and move my hips more. And even yesterday, like I was feeling really tired in the afternoon, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll lie down. And I was like, no, I'm gonna go touch myself. and yeah, so then I just did some breathing and I felt wonderful afterwards. So yeah, and I'm just like feel like I'm just starting. So
But can you
to
see
connect.
the inner glow from these two
Yeah.
ladies and the radiance that's coming out of them?
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Did you experience that you noticed that as well?
Yeah, because I was in the whole life coach with Dacia. So from then to now, I see like a
It's a
huge
world
change.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually it's funny because I just came out of Sage and I had quite a bit of pain in my shoulders, and I'm like, ooh, I'm not feeling it as much even.
Yeah,
Right?
great.
Like just
'cause you've been
thinking
doing the
about
exercises.
thinking
I
about
guess.
that.
Yeah. You can
So-
read this part.
Can I say something?
Yes,
about
please.
this?
We'd love you to say anything.
Yeah.
As long as you like, honey.
Okay. I took
This
the
is
course.
Dana, my
Yes.
beautiful friend who flew in. At the tail end of the course, if she could have made an effort to come and take the course, right? But she's done it before. She did the pelvic health course.
I did do the pelvic course, and you were helping to train that course as well.
Yeah.
And what I discovered, because I think so many of us women and girls, like we are insecure about ourselves, and we compare ourselves, and do we look right down there, or that was like one of my things. And also just uncomfortable because we feel like we're not supposed to touch ourselves because I don't know, it's dirty or whatever. I know a lot of us grew up kind of like that. But being in that course and having everything explained, because I had no idea anything about our vagina and our vaginal wall and everything that was in there and the power that we held, and that the pleasure was for us as well. And being in that room with all these women and exploring together, you could just feel a lot of love. And I actually enjoyed that whole part of it, and learning the breathing and learning that, the muscle and the tightening and everything else. And when I went home, I realized, I went home and I had my mirror and I started, and Serena got me an egg, and I've done the vaginal infusions, and I would start to kind of feel around in there, because if we don't, we will get atrophied too down there. And that's why a lot of women in menopausal years get a lot of pain during sexual intercourse, So we have to go in there and love ourselves, and we have to explore, and we have to feel. And we have a right to have pleasure. And don't, for all the young girls out there watching, or 20s, 30s, whatever, don't be ashamed of yourself no matter what you look like. We all have a perfect, beautiful flower.
Yeah.
A vagina that's beautiful. And, and I don't know. I thought it was one of the greatest courses that I took. And I would like to take it again, having you do that, because with the eggs exactly, and the breathing, because I think just one course isn't maybe
Scratches the surface.
yes
It
yeah
just scratches
It
the
does.
surface.
yeah
right?
I would like to take another one of these courses.
It's been different from, I have revamped it a lot. I've changed it up
Yeah.
a lot from the first, because I was blessed to have the opportunity to take the course before and see where the missing link is, and just modify it to what we have here, because this whole life course and the work non-surgical is a great package. With this one, we need to really work within our muscles and our deep inner muscles with mindful connection with our breath, relaxing and applying the ABC, which is alignment,
Breath and conscious connection.
conscious connection. So the meditation, I hope, did they help you with the, we had a couple of different meditations. It was the inner smile meditation, the Tao way of inner smile. How did you find it? Because most Westerners are not familiar with inner smile meditation. Westerners do not understand the concept of glands and organs rejuvenating, connecting and talking, and giving gratitude to each gland in your body where the organs sit as well. So I thought, if I bring this in, you take more time to let go and then connect with each gland and organ, and then I would love to hear how you feel about that one.
Yeah, and you know, I have read about and all of that, but for me, the big switch was actually feeling that connection, because again, a lot of times when I, you know, would go to just quiet, still my mind, it was very easy for me to be distracted and stuff. So more and more, especially, I know spending more time in the ocean has really been helping me, and connecting to my breath and is really allowing me to slow down, listen, and then but feel those connections now. And the inner smile meditation is beautiful. Even I just bring it throughout my day now. Just any time, like I might just send some smiles in different areas.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, Dacia is the mother of 2 little girls. She looks like she's a teenager, and she's even younger when she connects herself and she keeps doing homework. Even a mother of 2 who've been through 2 births still find it difficult to connect with themselves initially. Once you have babies, you thought, okay, job done. I had my baby, my husband been in, 2 babies done. And then we ignore this womb, which is so important. And Noga Adama wrote this thing about the womb. You can read that one? Loud and clear.
The womb. Our womb is the place where everything begins. Because the womb is the beginning, it is dark, it is wet. New life begins in the womb. But not only for babies, also for dreams, for ideas, for creativity, and for the future. So every woman who has a womb can really give birth to the future. The womb is really the center of our being as women. It is the most sacred and most important part of our body.
Totally, right? So
Yeah,
I think
it gives me shivers, shivers just hearing that, because you really feel we have that power in there. It's there, right? But
So if you want to unleash your power.
anybody, you have any more things to share? Any one of you? Have we invoked any more? No? Okay, we're about to be finishing off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Alicia, anything to say?
Well, if you want to experience what these beautiful ladies have been talking about and what we've mentioned up here, then we invite you to check out NWPWorldTour.com, and you will find the dates and places where we're going to be for this wonderful live 3-day masterclass where you can learn to restore your pelvic floor and rejuvenate.
If you want to have the same
beautiful you.
flower power as these
Yes.
ladies have, you need to take action and look here and see where we're going to be anywhere near you. Click on the masterclass. There's a whole link as to what we do, what's going on, and then if there are not enough people taking up action, we won't be there. You want
Or
to see
choose
these
to
beautiful
take
girls?
a
We
beautiful
will be there if
vacation.
You take action.
Yeah. Take a
And then
beautiful vacation and pick a spot that appeals to you
it's
on the
only
map.
3 days.
Yes. So treat yourself.
Yes.
It's definitely worth it. Any age.
It's one of those things. It's a use it or lose it,
Totally.
just like everything else.
And if
So
you're
let's get real.
an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So you young ladies out there, take action now and you won't have to experience having to restore. You can just maintain and soar.
No restore, just soar.
No
Yeah.
restore, just soar. That was it. Yes.
Yeah. So, the dates that we're going to be here, we're on the slide. We're going to share with you the world tour, right? Is that what you're going to say?
Well, the World Tour, Daryl Wolf is going to be doing free lectures in all the locations where we're going on the World Tour. So he actually starts out in McKinney, Texas, and then he's going to be in Chicago, Illinois, Florida, back to Texas, to Alberta. All the dates are listed on NWPWorldTour.com.
So if you're coming for the whole life course, we come in at the end of the course. So take an extra 3 more days, and then you will get to find your flower power.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1. Oh, we
You
got
got
this. We
this.
got this. Thank you, ladies, for sharing with us. Really appreciate it. Yeah.
Love you.
Thank you for putting it on.